light burning bright, yeah, no stop. Wheels scream and spit that fire, dirt and gravel, they pop. Oh, slick under the street lights, the shadows start to dance. Adrenaline like thunder, man, give me that last chance. Wednesday night, street fights, racing for the win. Broken steel and busted dreams, we wear it on our skin. Smell the fumes, taste the danger, hold tight to the wheel. This ain't no love song, baby, this is raw real. Crowds gather up like wolves, howling for that speed. Races blood pumping fast, gasoline is all they need. Tracks alive like a monster, the dirt flies and bends. Ruthless turns, heart turns savage till the night ends. Wednesday night, street fights, racing for the win. Broken steel and busted dreams, we wear it on our skin. Smell the fumes, taste the danger, hold tight to the wheel. This ain't no love song, baby, this is raw real.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to roll here this evening for our season finale. It is championship night here with the Dirt Warrior Racing League as drivers get ready to battle, they get ready to duke it out here as our main feature event about to get underway. Unfortunately, we were a little bit late getting into the action here this evening as unfortunately iRacing decided that it wanted to malfunction on us, 20 minutes as the server jumped in, as we jumped into the server the first time, minutes after the session opened. And we were getting ready for the stream. We had everything up and going. We were getting ready to hit that go live button. iRacing decided to crash on me. We had to go through program files. We had to rename things. We had to uninstall all the cars. We had to reinstall them a couple times. Had to turn my system off, restart it. We went through a slew of things so that way we could be here this evening. Huge shout out to iRacing forums for giving us the quick fix and getting it done. We were mere moments away from having to completely uninstall iRacing and reinstall everything. If we had to do that, we would have missed tonight's racing action. Unfortunately, we did miss the heat races, but we get an opportunity here to still watch these drivers duke it out, battle, and compete here for our championship race this evening, which is absolutely awesome. We absolutely love that. We love to get you guys in here. We love to get these drivers rolling out there on the racetrack as our championship night here this evening about to get underway, as starting on the pole in the DWR iRacing iFlag slingingdirt.com, that beautiful number 57. It is Jim Rivas. Jim will start in that pole position. To his outside, the TNT Racing Machine, it is Ty Ralph. Evan Monaghan in the DWR 304 Roots number 49. A Jackie Whaley will bring up row number 2. Starting in that 5th position, the Cocky Floyd Consulting 2020 rider Jeremy Sexton will start there in 5th. To his outside, it is Tyler Ryan. Starting back in position number 6, another beautiful looking paint scheme here for the Cocky Floyd Consulting EJR Gage Farms number 2020 ride of Philip Sexton. The 357 of Rice will start there to his outside as Ryan Howard and our potential champion here, Tyler Jackson, back there in that 10th position. Tim Taylor, William Hargraves, James Stockton, Brian Wells, Jacob Sexton, Zach Clark, Jason Calhoun, James Ellington, Stephen Burrow, Jeremy Akins, Cody Ernest, Shane Matthews, Chad Puderbo, Chris Salin, Jeremy Akins bringing up the rear of the field as we end all the anticipation with our feature presentation as we are quickly green flag racing for the final time here this season with the Wednesday night street fights in the Dirt Warrior Racing League. As out in front leading lap number 1, it is Ty Ralph. Ralph able to use that outside lane to his advantage here, able to navigate his way around that beautiful DWR racing ride of Mr. Jim Revs here this evening. So Jim does slide back into second, but for Ty Ralph, he's out in front, and look at Tyler Ryan slinging it up on the high side, getting great runs down these straightaways, and he's able to navigate his way early on up 3 positions, and now finds himself in that 3rd spot on the Speedway. You take a look back, Jeremy Sexton battling here tight with the 16 of Dustin Hennigan. Unfortunately, Hennigan not in attendance here this evening, so it looks like for the 2020 ride, the Mad Dog himself, Jeremy Sexton, should come away with the 2nd place in points here this season, unless something absolutely catastrophic happens to Tyler Jackson. I think T-Jack, all he has to do is really probably finish inside the top 20, inside the top 15, even with Jeremy potentially winning this race. If he did win it, T-Jack falls outside the top 20. Maybe there's an opening there that he can leapfrog him and steal that championship, but I think mathematically it is Tyler Jackson's championship here in this season. So that is an absolute W there for the Dirt Warrior Racing League. Number 8 machine is the Alpha Shark, looking for another championship here in this season, as he's looking for another DWR trophy here today. And for right now, he's still got a few laps left to go. Obviously, we're only 7 laps completed here across the line, so we still have about 58 laps left to go. And our first caution flag of the day, our first yellow flag will be displayed, so the caution flag will come out. Let's take a look back and see what happens, as it looks like maybe James Stockton, Will Hargraves maybe running into some issues here. Stockton up on the high side, Hargraves in the middle here. That is Brian Wells down low. They're 3 wide, down and out at corner number 2. They run out of room, they get tied together. Both drivers slam up and in to the outside fence. Oh, man, tough break. That is a heartbreaker. There is obviously some good damage now to Stockton and Hargraves, but they're both going to lose a lot of track position. Let's see if we can get another look at this. I'm not sure if Hargraves maybe thought he was clear here. Jumps down low. Maybe he thought, oh, I got him cleared. I can go to the outside. Unfortunately, just came up too far, too quick. He was not clear, and for Stockton, nowhere to go. Get slammed up into that outside fence sandwich there between the 71 and that wall. They both end up into that fence and unfortunately stop there on the racetrack to bring out our first caution flag of this feature event. So we'll get them stacked up, we'll get them racked up, we'll get ready to rumble here once again. As ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you guys are just tuning in, make sure guys do us a favor. Hit the like button on the stream right now for us. Drop a couple comments. Let us know who you're cheering for. Let us know where you're watching from. And let's go chat. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen, as we go back to green flag racing here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Green flag quickly back into the air for Ty Ralph. Is Ralph going to get a good jump? Good launch. He's able to clear the other drivers behind him by a couple car lengths. And now look at the 47. It is Tyler Ryan who's able to roll the outside lane again. Gets around Jim Rivas. Rivas now at risk of falling even farther back as he's got that 2020 of Jeremy Sexton looking down to his inside. Here comes that 13 Evan Monaghan as well. And T-Jack right there, a potential champion here this year. He's down low as well. There's a little contact between him and the guy who's chasing him for the championship. Luckily enough for Jeremy Sexton, that contact was not too hard. Just a little bit of a kiss there, and luckily enough, does not go around. Able to keep it pointed the right direction and gets to continue to battle. As Jim's trying to hold himself up here in that middle to outside lane, but the 2020 finding a great amount of speed and a good run again down through 3 and 4. Looks like this 2020 ride hooked up here this evening, already around the 57, now underneath the 47, looking to try to steal second place away from Tyler Ryan. So for Tyler Ryan, he moved forward. He gained 4 spots early in this race, but doesn't last for long as the 2020 gets up there, makes some moves, and now slides in to position number 2. Here comes Tyler Jackson as well. T-Jack down low. He's looking to try to gain a couple more spots, and I think for a lot of these drivers, they got to start seeing what they're seeing that that inside lane has a lot of speed, a lot of drive down there. If you can get the car to hang a good hard left, get a good run in that pay dirt down low, especially on corner exit, you can carry a lot of speed and gain a lot of speed on corner exit. That's exactly what you see Tyler Jackson doing. That's what Jeremy Sexton was doing to get up and into second. So we'll have to see if they continue on that trend. As we know, T-Jack always wanted to try to save tires and running down here on that inside groove. You get a little bit slower through the center of the corner here, get a little bit more of a straighter drive on corner exit, and that also saves some tire as well. So maybe better tire management, plus also a pretty fast line down low as that middle to outside groove already worked in, already fading away here in a quick hurry. And I think for a lot of these drivers, they're going to have to start to try to make some changes here. You do see Philip Sexton, he's down there, he's trying to get that rolling. Evan Monaghan still trying to use the outside lane as Jim Reeve is trying to get down low. Unfortunately, the 20 ride already there as here comes Philip Sexton in that beautiful Sexton paint and body number 20 ride. Jackie Whaley there in that 304 Roots DWR ride, falling all the way back into that 8th position. Derek Rice there behind him. Here comes Brian Wells working his way up inside the top 10. Jacob Sexton, Zach Clark, and James Ellington all trying to gain a ton of positions early on here in this race, still trying to work their way up towards the top 10, and right there to the inside of the 33, you do see Will Hargraves. Hargraves got collected, got tied up in that first caution flag of the day. Here he is, rebounding up inside the top 15 and looking to continue to march his way back up towards the front of the field. Ryan Howard rolling the high side. Here comes Tim Taylor, Jason Calhoun, Shane Matthews back there in that 18 ride. There's Chad Puderbo in that Mama Shoulder iRacing I-Flag Dirt Panda DWR ride. The Mama Shoulder ride looking pretty again here this evening as Chad inside the top 20 in that 20 ride, looking to try to continue to gain some more spots out there on the racetrack. Jeremy Vaughn and his DWR ride back there in that 20th position as the TNT Racing 45 as Stephen Burrow there to his outside with Chris Hill, Cody Ernest, James Stockton, and unfortunately one driver out of this race, Jeremy Aikens, not rolling out there as of right now. But out in front, we start to see the battle brewing for the race lead. It's Ty Ralph trying to hang on to it. The 2020 of Sexton trying to take it away as the caution flag will fly for the second time here in this feature event. Second caution flag of the evening. Let's take a look at it. Looks like Zach Clark up on the high side, and this is normally what we see when that outside lane starts to get worn in. When it starts to get slick, it gets really thin. There's not a whole lot of a cushion there, and you're going to see the 727 set it in there, blow it up off the berm right there onto the flat track, and that just loses a ton of speed and momentum for him. And then kind of puts him into a bad spot, trying to rebound, trying to get a little bit better stuff, and obviously up and over the banking again, gets up into the outside fence down by pit road. Unfortunately does take it right down pit side, and unfortunately for Zach Clark, looks like that stop on the racetrack was enough for the caution flag to fly. Is Vicky Schuller in the chat, says Mama Schuller is watching. Mama Schuller is watching and cheering on Chad and all these DWR rides and all these amazing drivers as another amazing night of racing action here. Unfortunately, it is our season finale. It is our season finale after our iRacing issues trying to load into the sim earlier this evening. We missed the first couple heat races. We didn't get those heat races, and unfortunately that really mixes things up for us, and that really makes things tough, and we may have to see if we can get these guys in for an extra race or two later in the season here, or after the season, next Wednesday or the Wednesday after. Maybe we can put on a couple extra shows for them just to be happy and make sure that they're happy, as we never like to miss out on that on any of the heat races. Unfortunately, iRacing messed up for us, couldn't load in. We had to uninstall things, had to reinstall all the race cars, had to do that multiple times, and finally found a cheat over on iRacing forums to basically get around the firewall of that. and be able to actually get in here and put on this show. As Max Koss, what's good, Max? Max in the chat, showing the love. What's good, brother? Max coming in, showing the love, says hello there on the broadcast on YouTube, as we do see Tyrell out in front once again, trying to hang on to. There's a little contact down through 1 and 2, as Jeremy Sexton again hassling him, trying to steal this race lead away from the 2 ride, as Tyrell, who started in second, has not given up this race lead. He's led every lap so far, but right now he is feeling a lot of heat from the Mad Dog himself, the 2020 of Jeremy Sexton. And don't blink too quick, our potential champion here this evening, the Alpha Shark, Tyler Jackson, right there behind him. T-Jack up and into third here. He'd love to join this battle and try to put himself back up into victory lane and cement himself in as our champion here on the season, as Philip Sexton and Tyler Ryan battle here for that 4th position. As Max Koss says, busy night for you, man. That must have sucked. Yeah, it definitely sucked, man. It definitely sucked. We had a 20-minute practice session beforehand. I loaded in probably with 16, 17 minutes to go in that practice session, and as I loaded into the sim, iRacing came up with some error thing, and it was basically like some error thing for the cars. I had to try to do it twice. It kicked me out both times after that, and unfortunately had to uninstall all of the cars, all the car files. I had to uninstall them, delete them from my PC, reinstall them. Tried it again, didn't work, had to delete them again, tried it again, still didn't work, turned my system off, reloaded in, deleted them again, tried it again, kind of just bounced around, man. It was definitely rough, and you know, it took honestly probably about 30 minutes or better just to finally get into the server, and I'm super happy we were able to, as man, some great racing, some great action out there this evening for our season finale, and being able to crown a champion, watch these drivers out here for the final time in season number, I do believe this is season number 21 here for the Wednesday night street fights, man. They've been around for a while. They've seen it all. They know that iRacing sometimes just throws a loop into, you know, everybody's plans, and sometimes those program files just end up getting fried or mixed up, or an error with them for absolutely zero reason at all. I have no idea why it decided to do that, and of course tonight being the night of champions, it had to pull a tricky move on us, right? Can never just work out nicely for us, as Tyrell continue to lead the way. Things are working out nicely for him right now, but he's got to be careful. One mistake, one slip up could cost him this checkered flag, as Jeremy Sexton and Tyler Jackson still right there with them. Philip Sexton back in position number 4. Tyler Ryan rounding out our top 5 as Jim Rivas, our pole sitter, after winning his heat race, third in that pole position. Now falling back 5 spots though into that 6th spot on the Speedway. Evan Monaghan and Jackie Whaley right there behind him, as Brian Wells and Will Hargraves battle there just inside our top 10 in that 9th and 10th position. Jacob Sexton on the outside of the top 10 looking in, as he's trying to get his Cocky Floyd Consulting EJR ride up inside the top 10. He's got James Ellington in the TNT Racing ride right there on his tail. Here comes Derek Rice and that beautiful 99 ride, the Memphis Grizzlies machine of Tim the Two-Man Taylor, as, oh, look out, caution flag back on the racetrack, and we see Philip Sexton down through the infield. Alrighty, so caution flag will come back out, as it looks like Philip Sexton looks like maybe gets a shot in the shorts right here. 47 to Tyler Ryan, gets in there a little too far, trying to run the slider line. Unfortunately, gets into the back end of that 2020 machine right here on the corner entry. Into corner number 1 right there, makes that contact. You see the sparks fly, and unfortunately, it's going to shoot this 20 right around sideways on the racetrack. iRacing will throw that caution flag. A heartbreaker there for Philip, heartbreaker for Tyler Ryan. Both drivers having a very solid run, very good start to this race up inside of our top 5, and all of a sudden things just went from good to bad in a quick hurry. Now both drivers will have to get ready to restart from the rear of the field here. That is going to be a tough break for them, but that does, you know, another restart here, another opportunity for drivers back behind Tyrell to try to find a way around him, as the 2020 of Jeremy Sexton will be restarting here in second. Looks like We'll have to wait and see which lane he chooses here. Does he go to the high side? Does he go to the bottom? As it's Delaware File restarts, and it looks like he will choose that bottom lane. D-Jack will restart to his outside. Evan Monaghan now into 4th, with Jim Rivas riding out our top 5 once again here this evening as we get ready to set him loose. Down and out of corner number 4. Ty Ralph gonna get ready, and here we go. Green flag back out into the air here at Lucas Oil Speedway as Ty Ralph gets the green flag once again here this evening, hoping to try to take this restart and run away with this win, but he's got a lot of fast cats sitting there waiting for him to make a mistake, waiting for him to slip up, and waiting for their opportunity to try and steal this top position away from him here this evening. But Ty Ralph, so far, the opening couple laps here of that restart, out in front, feeling good, feeling A-OK as Jeremy Sexton and Tyler Jackson in tow, trying to hunt him down out there on the racetrack. Here comes Will Hargraves as well. Hargraves with a heck of a run here. We saw him get tied up in that first caution flag of the day back on lap number 7. And for Will Hargraves, went to the rear of the field. He's raced his way through the traffic, through everybody out there on the racetrack, except for our top 3, as he does jump into position number 4 around his DWR teammate, Jim Rivas. So for Will Hargraves, looks like he's got something under the hood there this afternoon, as he is absolutely hooked up. He is absolutely flying here this evening as Hargraves in the Grumpy Graphics DWR Dirt Panda 71 will jump into that 4th position, trying to clear that 57 of Jim Rivas. Jim trying to hold on strong, though, using that middle to outside lane, but they're getting a great front row seat at the battle at the front of the field. As Ty Ralph, Jeremy Sexton, and the 8 rider Tyler Jackson, 1, 2, and 3 here on the Speedway, starting to pull away from that 4th and 5th place driver and the rest of the field, but you do see the 2 ride just getting big runs. Heck of a run there on corner exit, and it seems like you can really hit 3 and 4 that much better. Doesn't relieve anything up to the imagination for Jeremy Sexton down and out of 4, but out of 2, it seems like this 2020 ride may find a little bit of extra something there. Last time around he found it. We'll have to wait and see if he can find it again, as he's going to just keep on pounding that inside lane, hoping that maybe Ty Ralph will make a mistake, open up the door, and allow him to jump around him and potentially steal this race win away. Tyler Jackson right there as well. T-Jack, great run there out of corner number 2. Closes in on the back bumper here of Jeremy Sexton, trying to catch up to the competition here this evening. These two duking it out for a long time here this season for this championship. Unfortunately, with tonight being our championship race, T-Jack came in with a huge points gap between himself, Dustin Hennigan, and that 2020 of Jeremy Sexton. Virtually just had to show up, had to run some laps, have a good heat race, and he was going to be locked in as our champion here this season. And it looks like T-Jack, even though he's already locked in as the champion, being a fierce competitor, he wants to try to win this race. He wants to try to put himself up and into victory lane, as the caution flag will fly here again this evening. So the caution flag will come back out on lap number 45. Let's take a look back and see what happens. I do believe Tyler Ryan gonna get some contact here. So Tyler Ryan in the 47, virtually almost the same as we saw with him and the 20 rider Philip Sexton. Just this time it is the 216 of Jason Calhoun in behind him. Gets in there a little too deep, gets into that back bumper, hooks him around, and man, a couple more drivers. Unfortunately, a couple more drivers also getting tied up in that, as we did see Stephen Burrow in there. Obviously, Cody Ernest had to go up the track to try to avoid it. Now, luckily enough, the caution flag did fly for them, as and that's all it takes, man. This track is slick. It is slippery, and unfortunately, for a lot of these drivers, that's all it takes. Just this nudge, a little bit of a kiss into the back bumper. Around goes the rear end of the 47. The 216 trying to get checked up now. Obviously locked things down. He goes around, nowhere to go for that 45 of Stephen Burrow, as Burrow slams into him. Now here comes Stockton. Here comes Cody Ernest. They got to split him, man. What a move right there by James Stockton. What a move for this number 37 right. Let's see if we can jump really quick on board with him. Jump on board with him, see what he can see. There's the contact. There they go around and somehow just finds a hole and gets around it. As here we go, back to green flag racing. Green flag quickly, back out into the air here at Lucas Oil Speedway. As out in front, the two with Tyrell gets another good launch, another good restart. Now here comes T-Jack, Tyler Jackson to the inside of Jeremy Sexton. Sexton trying to keep him back there at bay. Tyler Jackson trying to work his way into that second spot on the Speedway. Maybe a little bit better tire, maybe a little bit better car late in this race, and T-Jack is opening up that door for the bottom lane, but for the 2020 of Jeremy Sexton, he does not want to see his competition and potentially the driver that will beat him here in these point standings get back around him here again for our season finale. But T-Jack continuing to be persistent, hitting his mark down low, getting great runs on corner exit here, rolling that inside lane. Loses a bit though down on entry in the middle of the corner, but on corner exit, man, he is finding something, and if he continues to find that extra gear, continues to find that lane, it may be his time to shine again here this evening. As here we go, he's door to door with Jeremy down into corner number 3, down and out of corner number 4. They'll be door to door, and this may be the opening that T-Jack needs to try and jump up into that second position. Look at Will Hargreaves right there as well. Hargreaves rolling that inside lane as well. So it looks like some of these DWR rides, they've just figured out the bottom lane here at Lucas Oil Speedway, and they were absolutely using it to their advantage. But right now, Jeremy Sexton, man, he's hanging on for everything he's worth right now. He is trying to keep T-Jack back there at bay, and this is exactly what Tyrell would want to see. If these mirrors were turned on, this is exactly what he wants. Those two to continue to battle door to door. Back there behind him means that they aren't going after him, but he keeps getting tight, washes up the racetrack again. We saw it a bit out of 4. He does it down through 1 and 2. This could really open up the door for not only Tyler Jackson, but Jeremy Sexton to try to get around that 2 ride in the closing laps. Is down across the line. They complete lap number 52. Only 13 more laps left to go here on season 21 of the Wednesday Night Street Fights. You do see T-Jack down into 3. He's able to clear that 2020 ride of Jeremy Sexton, but he's going to stay true to this inside lane. It's been working for him. He's been able to hit it perfectly, and right now he's hoping that it can work a little bit longer and try to put himself back up into victory lane, not only being crowned as our champion, but potentially the race winner here this evening is exactly what Tyler Jackson wants to see. As Jeremy Sexton now back into 3rd here. Will Hargraves still stuck there in 4th, and here comes Jim Rivas. Jim really sending it in there deep. He's trying to work his way back to the point here, starting that pole position. Would love to try to win this race or park that 57 back up onto the podium here this evening, as everybody doing a very good job. But look out deeper in the field. Oh, baby, Tim Taylor in the 5 ride of Shane Matthews get tied together down on the exit of corner number 4. Luckily enough, as they were about to go around, Tim was able to save it, keep that car pointing the right direction. No caution flag, but both drivers lose a couple spots out there on the Speedway. But if you're Tyrell, you're seeing these laps click down. You've got 9 laps left to go. 9 more laps left to try to hang on and hold off Tyler Jackson here this evening. T-Jack, though, looking to try to take the win away from him here this evening. Is starting to see the 8 ride moving around here a little bit, trying some different lines, trying to find a little bit of a different gear in different corners, and seeing if he can find that extra little bit of an advantage to try to put himself up and into victory lane. Tyrell continuing to run that slide job lane, gets a good run down and on corner exit, but man, T-Jack is just inching closer and closer to that back bumper. But will he have enough time? It seems like 1 and 2 is really going to be the time in the area for him to strike. I think that is the spot he needs to be. That is the spot he needs to try to size up and line up this 2 ride for a late race pass. I think that is where he's going to get it done. Right here, he may be able to get the big run. You watch the 2 wash up the racetrack, get a little bit loose, door to door, down and off corner exit for the 2 ride of Tyrell. He's going to have to try to pinch him down low. Going to have to hope that he can get a good run on corner exit. Is there door to door, down and out of 4. Oh, baby, it's on like Donkey Kong here at the front of the field as T-Jack looking to to take the race lead away from Ty Ralph. And for the first time here this evening, we may see a new race leader. Ty Ralph up on the high side, though. Drag race back down across the line. He keeps the race lead with only 4 more laps left to go. But can he hold off our champion here this season, Tyler Jackson? Man, he has been super fast, so consistent, and obviously putting himself in a position to try to not only win this race, but to win this championship here this evening. For the 8-rider Tyler Jackson, he would love to put another W into the win column here this evening as we see them continue to battle. T-Jack gets checked up as the 2-ride sends it in deep. He washes up the track, looking for a big run, big drive on corner exit. Can't quite get what he was looking for. Only 2 more laps left to go, and now Tyler Jackson jumps to the outside lane, looking for a big run. Does he have enough tire? Does he have enough time? Can he hit the outside groove to perfection to try and put himself into the winner's circle? Oh, baby, as the white flag flies one more time around here for Ty Ralph for the final time here this season. Ty Ralph will lead us down the back straight away. Nice and easy down through 3 and out of 4. It'll be a drag race back down to the line, but it's Ty Ralph who will put himself up and into victory lane here in our season finale as the TNT Racing number 2 ride will pick up the checkered flag here this evening. Ty Ralph gets it done and gets the win here this evening as our champion Tyler Jackson will come home in second, and Jeremy Sexton second place in the points. Third place here on the racetrack will round out our podium here this evening. Man, what a run, what a race that these guys put on for us. The DWR Dirt Panda 71, Will Hargreaves comes home in 4th, and the grumpy old man himself, Jim Rivas, Jim, will round out our top 5 here this evening, man. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you guys enjoyed that racing action, if you guys enjoyed the great battles here this evening, make sure you guys congratulate right now in the comment section Ty Ralph on the race win. Congratulate Tyler Jackson on an amazing season and winning that championship. Congratulate Jeremy Sexton on a 3rd place run and a great season here, coming home 2nd in the point standings. And make sure you guys thank all of the DWRL admin group, Jim Rivas, all the other guys. I do believe there's a big list. There's a committee that puts these things on and makes things possible here. You got to thank Chad Puderbo, Jackie Whaley, Jeremy Vaughn, Jim Rivas, Tyler Jackson, Will Hargreaves, and all of our other admins, man, for putting on amazing races week after week after week and putting together another amazing season of dirt street stock racing here in the Dirt Warrior Racing League. And we got to shout out all of our amazing sponsors as well. We could not do it without them, man. Huge shout to all of our amazing sponsors: TNT Racing, Doghouse Chassis, I do believe that is Bottom Feeder Promotions, Dirt Panda, Mama Schuller, BCR Sim Products, everybody that makes this possible, everyone that puts this on, man. iRacing, iFlag, all of our amazing sponsors, 304 Roots. There are so many sponsors and drivers and fans in the stands that make this possible, and we wouldn't be here doing this and putting on these shows if it wasn't for all of you guys, man. So we can't thank you enough as we'll get ready to pull in not only our top 3, but also hopefully pulling in our champion, Tyler Jackson, for what was, once again, another amazing race and amazing championship drive here this evening as we get ready to pull our race winner, Ty Ralph, up and into the booth. Hey, Ty, it's Aaron up here into the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. Did you get a copy?
Yes, sir.
Ty, man, another great run, another great race for you here this evening as they start in position number 2, and it did not take you long. As down and out of corner number 2, you're able to steal that race lead away from Jim Rivas, and from that point on, you definitely wanted to look back behind you because there was a lot of fast cats knocking on your back bumper, but you never faltered, never made a mistake, and I do believe leading us from green to checkered here this evening, the reflection of perfection as you park this 2 ride up and into victory lane here this evening, man. Take us back through what's going through your mind here as you're able to pick up our season finale, our championship night win here at Lucas Oil Speedway?
Oh man, I'd just like to say give hats off to all the DWR crew for putting on this great league. Jeremy Sexton, he put a heck of a battle on for me. T-Jack with about 5 to go, I figured it was going to be pretty good coming to the checkered. He peeked his nose down there, but I think the bottom went away, and I was able to pull back away from him with that little baby slider line I was running. Never looked back behind me, hit my marks, and just stayed in the clear.
Yeah, absolutely. Just continue to hit your marks. Continue to roll that outside lane to perfection here. Obviously, the slide job kind of lane down through, obviously kind of enter a little bit middle to bottom side. You slide up there through the middle of the track and then up to that high side on corner exit, kind of getting that right rear into the good packed dirt and able to get a great drive on corner exit, and you were able to use that speed, that momentum sliding through these corners to pull yourself up and into the Lucas Oil Speedway victory lane. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I do believe you won our season opener as well, so winning the first race of the season and the last race of the season, man.
Yeah, I did. I'd like to thank TNT Racing, you for putting on the broadcast, all these great racers that race this league every day, every night, whenever we have the league races. Man, Tommy Gun Customs for setting me up with a ride. Man, God, and all my sponsors and fans that was watching me, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. A lot of sponsors, a lot of fans of the stands cheering you on here this evening as you're once again able to pull that beautiful number 2 up and into victory lane. Ty, I do believe we're taking a few weeks off here, but, winter season with holidays and everything else coming up. No sense in starting a season, right before the winter holidays, but I do know that the admin group here, Jim Revis and the boys, they're planning on putting on season 22 here of the Dirt Warrior Racing League. Are we going to see you back in action? Are we going to see you back out there for another season of the Wednesday night street fights?
Oh man, I hope. As long as my schedule works out good, I'll be here as much as I can. Hopefully, I can win the opener, and maybe I can win the last race.
Absolutely. Maybe you can repeat this season all over again, but hopefully your schedule works for you. Hopefully we get to see you, run more consistent battle, maybe even try to put your name into that ring here for trying to win the championship next season.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to, man.
Absolutely. Well, we look forward to it. Ty, congrats on the win here this evening, brother. Enjoy your holidays here. Hopefully good, safe holidays, and hopefully we'll get you back up here into the booth in our first race back here for the Wednesday night street fights in the new year.
Yep, have a great holidays, man. Stay safe.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our race winner, Ty Ralph, as Ty picks up the dub and puts the number 2 up and into victory lane, man. Another big dub there for the TNT Racing Group here this evening as we'll get ready to pull in. Let's pull in our third place driver here, second place driver in points. We'll wait to get T-Jack in here. Our champion, our second place driver here this evening. We'll get him in here last as we're going to get ready to pull in Jeremy Sexton here into the booth. Hey, Jeremy, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. They get a copy?
Yes, sir.
Jeremy, man, another good run, another good race here for you this afternoon as you park yourself back up onto the podium and you cap off what was an absolutely, great season here, man. Another great season, an amazing run, and so many good performances out of this 2020 ride, and I do believe it all comes home with a second place drive in the point standings as well, man. Take us back not only through this race, but how you feeling coming home second in the point standings.
Yeah, pretty happy overall. Dustin Hennigan messaged me earlier today and said that his wheel broke. I really hate that. I'd rather run third than to have him have to give it up like that because we were only 1 point apart coming into this deal. Wish I'd have known a little ahead of time. I'd have tried to make something happen for him, but hopefully he'll get it straightened out. But I don't know. I should have just stuck to the bottom the whole race, and I decided to try to slider at the end and ended up letting T-Jack get there. So I just stayed what I was running and let him have a shot at trying to get Ty after I clipped a tractor tire.
Yeah, unfortunately, those tractor tires do not move. They are not very forgiving and can definitely give you quite a bit of wheel damage, which just makes your job that much tougher trying to hold that bottom lane throughout this race. And obviously, T-Jack just kind of, I don't know if he had a little bit more tire saved up than you. It seemed like he was really getting that pull that you were getting early on out of corner 2, exit in corner 4, and it seemed like he was just, a little bit quicker there at the end than you. Was it just tire saving, or was it maybe just that tire damage kind of holding you back?
Probably a little bit of both, maybe. I know he was running like a little slight cut down before them last cautions come out, where I couldn't really run it with somebody close to me. Um, that one caution, I just about had tie cleared. I don't think he realized the bottom was good at that point, and I had tracked him down. But that's part of it. Makes it interesting.
Yeah, it definitely made it a very, very fun race to watch here this evening as you guys put on another show here for our championship finale here with the 21st season of the Wednesday night street fights here in the Dirt Warrior Racing League. Jeremy, third place here tonight at Lucas Oil Speedway, second place in the point standings. Man, who'd you like to thank not only for a great run here tonight, but so many amazing performances throughout this season?
Oh God, first and foremost, my wife for putting up with me getting on here. All the guys at the kennel that race with us, the Cocky Floyd guys, JC and them, always helping us get better and try to learn new things. All the competitors that have run this season, it's been really fun and pretty much no drama, and that's really something to speak volumes of. Everybody's gotten along great and had really good close racing. Congrats T-Jack on the win. Thank you for the broadcast and all the DWR guys, Jim, for putting the league on. Like I say, once again, it speaks volumes to have something going for 21 seasons, especially in this day and age where everybody finds something to complain about. Really can't wait to get the new year started and try to go move up a spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Another season on the horizon here and another opportunity for you to try to come back and maybe get a little bit better, a little bit quicker, and maybe give yourself a little bit more luck here, especially with these random pill draws. That may be a bit of a difference maker just alone having those better pill draws. If roles are reversed between you and Tyler Jackson, might make the world of difference here between you and in that 22nd championship here in our season 22 championship compared to T-Jack winning this season.
Yeah, seemed like his whole season went pretty smooth for him. Mine started off kind of rough and seems here the last 4 or 5 races been able to put podiums together. So I think really, I mean, in my opinion, Hennigan's probably the most impressive to me, winning 4 races or whatever he won. That's pretty impressive in this caliber of cars.
Yeah, very, very impressive. Very impressive seasons, honestly, from the both of you guys, man. A lot of great runs, a lot of great races, and as you said, with the caliber of cars out there, to be able to be so consistent, to be so fast, and be able to navigate your way through traffic and put yourself into good positions late in these races, it's just a testament of how good, you, Tyler, Dustin, Hennigan have been here all season long, man. We hope to see you guys all back in here duking it out, having some more fun, some more great racing action, and some more amazing battles here in season 22. But Jeremy, heck of a run here tonight, heck of a drive all season long, brother, and we can't wait to see you guys back out there on the racetrack. Hopefully you have yourself a very safe and happy and amazing holiday season, and we can't wait to get you back up here into the broadcast booth at the beginning of the new year.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you, and y'all have a blessed Christmas as well, and see you for next season.
Absolutely, brother. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our third place driver here this evening and our second place driver in the point standings. As we'll get ready now, the moment y'all been waiting for, our champion here of season 21 in the Dirt Warrior Racing League's Wednesday night street fights, the number 8 ride of Tyler Jackson. T-Jack coming home here with the championship. We'll get ready to pull T-Jack up and in to the broadcast booth for his post-race interview in his championship speech here this evening. Is T-Jack waiting patiently into the Discord? Let's get him up here into the broadcast booth here this evening. Hey Tyler, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. Did you get a copy?
Hey, what's up, Aaron?
Not much. T-Jack, man, another amazing run, another great race for you here tonight. Obviously, you had a huge points lead coming into this one. It was virtually locked up, but you still want to come out here, be fast, be competitive, try to put another W into the win column here this evening. Unfortunately, one spot shy of winning the race, but you get the big trophy at the end of the season, man. Our champion here in season 21 of the Wednesday Night Street Fights, man. Take us kind of back through this race and what's going through your mind knowing that you're able to win another championship here in your historic iRacing career.
Yeah, the heat race didn't go as planned. I was pretty glad that the points were the gap was as big as it was. We didn't have a very good heat race. Kind of got caught in a wreck and almost got caught in another wreck and finished fourth, I guess. But we started 10th in the feature, and I just was gonna go to the bottom and run the tires, and we made quite a bit of ground up down there, and I think we had pretty good right rear left. I forgot to look at what percent it was, but yeah, I burnt a lot up trying to get by Jeremy, and he was pinching me pretty hard there, and I just couldn't get. I was standing on the gas a lot harder than I wanted to down the front stretch and back stretch, and I probably burnt up a little bit of right rear more than I wanted to. And then when we finally got cleared, Jeremy, Ralph was just hitting his marks around that slider line, and I think that was the preferred line. I probably could have followed him and maybe gained on him a little bit more, but I just didn't think the risk was worth running him over and wrecking him and ruining his night and ruining my night and getting a penalty or something, doing something stupid and ending up losing the championship with a penalty because I think still could have done that if I got some penalties. So yeah, just finished second and man, we tried to get him. I thought we had about 5 to go left, and then we came around. I got the white flag and pretty much knew it was over then. But yeah, good race, good season.
Yeah, absolutely. Great racing, great season, and obviously so many, great battles, great performances by each and every one of these drivers, and so many great talented drivers here that it's hard to believe just how good and how consistent you've been throughout this season. I do believe what an average finish position of third. It may have even bumped up to almost a second place average finish here on the season, man, is absolutely incredible and just a testament of how good you've been and how great your car has been each and every single week of this season.
Yeah, I think our worst two finishes were fifth. I think we got fifth twice, and other than that, I don't think I got a fourth. Other than that, I think we've been on the podium every week and didn't knock out as many wins as we wanted. But a lot of that I think is just trying to play it smart. Um, I've won some championships with guys that are a lot faster than me, and they've won 3 out of 5 races, but they wrecked the other two, and I just stay consistent and try to what I lack in raw speed to some of the top guys we make up with I don't know, I guess situational awareness and try and just not to win every lap every single time you go in the corner. So it's kind of just my thing. And these 65 lappers, they come some tire wear comes into it, and I feel like I can keep the car straighter than pretty much anybody on the sim. Even when the pro guys come, they keep it pretty yawed out, which is fine if you're running 50 laps. But anything over about, I'd say 65, anything over that, you got to keep it straight. I really wish somebody would start running some 100 lap races, but maybe we'll work on Jim for next season.
Absolutely, brother. And I'm quite surprised. I know you for the longest time were running the bottom feeder promotions. Any thought of maybe putting something up here, maybe on a Wednesday night before the end of the year?
Yeah, I got to talk to my partner Jake Stefanski. Hasn't been around the sim much, and just those 2 races that we promoted, we dealt with a lot of bullshit and kind of soured both of us a little bit. We try to put something good on, and a lot of guys complain and talk shit and just kind of ruin special events and leagues. And I'll give it to Jim. he's got more balls than I do. He
Mhm.
he keeps these guys in line, and if you don't like it, he blacklists you, and then they come in the comments and talk about how there's no competition. But if you just race clean and you're respectful, we could have a lot more on the sim. But just you're dealing with kids a lot, so it is what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. It's never fun. It's never easy to deal with, any of that craziness and the drama and everything else. Jim and the entire admin group do such a good job in handling all of that, and even yourself here on the season, and including majority of the drivers here, it all receive some sort of a penalty throughout this season. And, whether it's an unclaimed caution or just something out there that they saw that was you know against the rules. They enforce it whether or not you're the points leader or you're, 20th in the points. They're going to enforce those rules, and they've done a very, very good job, keeping things pretty cordial here in this series. And hopefully we get, Jim and everyone back in here. I know there was talks, and hopefully there still will be, of another season here of the Wednesday night street fights, and another opportunity for you to try to claim another championship.
Yeah, he does a really good job. All the guys do. It's as fair as league as I've ever ran. I'm on the DWR team, and when I was wrong, he penalized me, and that's what you want. There's always going to be judgment calls where some guys aren't going to be happy with the call, but it is what it is. And I really think turning mirrors off actually made the racing cleaner, because I think guys really realize that that guy in front of you doesn't know you're there. So I think that actually gave a little bit more room. And I know he was against the point standings for a while. He just did the Wednesday night bragging rights for wins. But with that, it seems like if a guy's running third, he'll just dive bomb you and wreck you, try to get that win. Where if you're running from points and you get the penalties, and it just kind of adds up. And I think we got a pretty good group here. We'd like to get a few more cars with 24 tonight, but like it'd be nice if we could get 40 every week. But it's hard to get that many guys to behave themselves all season.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot of work to try to keep, 30 or 40, of you amazing drivers under control and keep those competitive emotions under wraps here to keep things cordial out there on the racetrack. But here this season, man, it was nonstop. Great, amazing racing, great actioning, great finishes for yourself as you're able to win the championship here on this season. T-Jack, congrats again on the championship, brother. Who would you like to thank for not only a great run and a second place run here at Lucas Oil Speedway tonight, but so many great performances week after week after week?
Yeah, you for the broadcast as always. It's a lot of fun. I have a hard time even running races that aren't broadcasted where you can't go back and watch and enjoy them. Jim, all the guys at DWR have taken me in last. It's been a few months now, but glad they took me in. I found a home. My parents were watching, friends and family that watch all the time. Everybody that shows up every week. Jeremy Sexton had a really good season. Kept me really honest in the points, and really good season to him. Really good season, Dustin Hennigan. 4 wins, and I guess something happened with him tonight. He couldn't make it, so that's a shame. He couldn't battle with Jeremy for second in the points. But yeah, everyone that came out every week, the guys that would show up every once in a while. Marcos would show up and spank us once in a while, so that was fun. The more competition, the better. We just like clean drivers, and we don't like the drama, and I think we got a pretty good group.
Absolutely. A really good group of drivers. A lot of amazing people that make this show possible, man. And we can't thank you guys enough for having me in here as the broadcaster and being able to enjoy and put on these amazing shows that you guys race each and every single week. So, T Jack, from myself and I'm sure from Jim and everyone else at DWR, man, congratulations on picking up the championship here in the 21st season of the Wednesday night street fights, man. Congrats on that championship, and we can't wait to see if you can go after it and try to win back to back and win season 22 championship as well.
Yeah, we'll definitely be back. I like points racing. It's to me, it's shows a little bit more diversity. Some guys are good at some tracks and some aren't, and seems like after 12 weeks, if you can kind of run up front, you can call yourself the best for the season. So that's fun. Got to thank Josh Patterson for the wrap. He's got me looking good, and congrats to Ty Ralph on the win again. And we'll see you next season.
Absolutely, T Jack. We can't wait to have you back in there and potentially right back up here in the broadcast booth in the new year. We got Jim in here as well. I saw him jump into the chat as well. Jim, is there any last words you'd like to get in here for our champion?
For our champion? Hell no, I talk to him about every night in here. I don't need to talk to him anymore. No, congrats on the championship, man. He earned it. Tyler's a points runner. He knows how to run the points. Stay safe. Like he always said, if you can finish top 5, you'll win the championship. So congrats to him. Big congrats to the top 5 guys. Even though some of them got points deductions for penalties, which Tyler was one of them. The only one in the top 5 that didn't get points deduction was Evan Monaghan. So hats off to him for staying clean all season long and everything. But what can I say, man? Dude, entire 12-week season. we watched competitors push their limits on the track, seen crashes, saves, grudges, and in the end, the respect always came back through for each and every driver. So, that's what DWRL is all about. Having epic battles between each other. At the end of the day, it's racing. You might hold a grudge for a couple days, but by the time next week comes around, it's back to the respect for the drivers. So, dude, I hats off, like I said, to all the drivers that run DWRL. They're here for a reason. They're some of the best of the best. So, big thank you to them for the support of the league. I gotta give a big shout out to my guys in DWR, man. They helped me with this, keeping it going and everything. They helped me with the races on the track, getting the penalties, the EOLs, all that shit. Give me their opinions on the rules and stuff that I make up. So they're just much part of this as what I am. It's just much their league as it is mine. So I gotta say hats off to them, and of course hats off to you. Wouldn't have any other broadcaster. So I don't know what we're gonna do if you ever give this shit up. So
Well, I don't plan on going anywhere.
I'm almost 99.9% sure we will be having another season come January 7th. We're gonna take off the rest of the month of December. It just didn't make no sense. By the time I take the week off to get everything situated and ready for the league, we'd only had one race and then we've been off 2 more for the holidays. So we're just going to start on the 7th. Got some new surprises coming up. A little bit of tweaking on the rules. Might be running a little more laps. Still going to stay the same with no mirror. And I'm pretty sure we're going to stay the same with the pill draw. Keeps it interesting. Gives everybody a chance at the pole. Tonight is my first night on the pole, and hell, I screwed it up on lap 1. went in too hard, so I knew as soon as it started sliding up on me and I seen Ty go down below me, I was like, well, if I can finish top 5, I'll be happy, and made top 5. But like I said, I just can't say enough about the drivers in this league, the guys that participate each and every week, the dedication they showed to DWRL, and all the support from the fans, support from you. Like I tell them, we wouldn't be what we are without them. We'd just be another little league out there that throws races up every week. But DWRL, if you're in this league, you're in with some of the best street stock drivers. And to go 21 seasons, man, that's to say something. Starting season 22, like I said, there's going to be a few little tweaks, few little changes. Might be for the better, might be for the worse. I don't know. It depends on how you look at them. But like I said, congrats to Tyler on the championship. Jeremy for fighting tooth and nail to try to get to Tyler. Dustin, I hate it that he wasn't here tonight. From my understanding, his wheel broke, so that's why he wasn't able to show up. Evan Monaghan, dude, guy made it through all 12 races, no penalties. That tells you what kind of a driver he is. Uh, William Hargraves, uh, another old timer along with me that's been racing, and for them guys to all finish top five. Phil would have been in there, but the dreaded DWRL penalties got him and a few other guys that was up towards the top. So, uh, like Jeremy said before, I run the league. I try to run it as honest as possible. And if my own mother screws up, I'd penalize her. So it is what it is. Uh, Other than that, man, like I said, it's been a great season. Uh, kind of relieved to see it come to an end, but kind of not. It's one of those things, with doing it for 12 weeks each and every week. I don't want to say it gets old, but just making sure everything's right, track's right, all this is right. I get to take a little break, chill out, run some races on my own without having to worry about anything else, and come back strong uh, January and start this all over again. Still's not for sure for how many races we're going to do. Um, Waiting on get a few donations in and everything. Donation link if anybody is interested or wanting to donate. We have donation link that's in our Discord, and it's also in on our Facebook page at www.facebook.com Dirt Warrior Racing. Anybody wants to donate, hey, it's great. All the money goes back into the league, goes back to the drivers. This year, all top five drivers is getting a banner. I'm thinking they're 42 inches long by either 18 or 20 inches tall to hang in their sim room. Uh, so next season, don't know what we're going to do at all. Like I said, it all depends on what donations we get and all that. So, but I'm pretty well 99.9% sure we will have you back and have another season. So.
Beauty. Well, brother, you know I am all about it, and I will be there for anything I can do and trying to make sure it's possible. I did just throw the donation link into the comment section there on the stream as well. So if anyone watching wants to, watch these guys back in battle for another season to compete and to duke it out here, make sure you guys go over to that donation link, shoot them, whatever you can afford or whatever you want or anything you want to be. If you want to be a sponsor for the series or anything else, you can get a hold of me. I can point you in the right direction, get you into the Discord, or get you into contact with Jim himself and get you in as one of our amazing sponsors here for the season as well for season 22. But here in season 21, Jim, obviously a lot of sponsors, a lot of people that make this happen, man. Any last words and people that you'd want to shout out here for making this season possible?
Uh, Really, I already did, man. The drivers that's in the league, they're the ones that pretty well supported all this through the donations and everything. I got a few feelers out for this season with a couple couple of places to see if they're wanting to sponsor anything or not, but pretty well all the drivers in here is the ones that donated keep this league going. That's why I have so much respect for these guys when they show up each and every week to support DWRL and support what it's about. Uh, like I said, we try to run the cleanest, most fairest races we can. And like Tyler said earlier, sometimes people don't like the calls made, but it is what it is. I make the calls, and not to sound like a real asshole, but if you don't like the calls made, there's other leagues go out there and run them. We've had a few guys that I blacklisted because they didn't like the calls and wanted to argue back and forth. I don't do that. Either you accept the calls, keep racing, or don't. It's one way or the other. Uh, but like I got on our page, this is our playground. Don't like our rules, go play somewhere else. So other
Uh,
than that, like I said, that about all I got, man. It's been a great season. No, really, no complaints at all, man. Um, I just can't thank the drivers enough for, like I said, their support each and every season. Like I said, some of them might not like the calls, but it is what it is. They accepted it, and they respect it, and that's the main thing. Uh, Run here, run your fellow racer, run them with respect, man. Drive them how you would want to be drove. If you don't like getting door slammed out of the corner, get your position taken. Don't do it to somebody else. So that's what
Yeah,
DWRL is all about.
absolutely, brother. Respect. You give it, you get it, and it creates for some amazing racing action like we saw again here tonight. Jim, thank you for having me up here in the booth and having me a part of the DWR. And we can't wait to see you guys back in here for another season, man. And hopefully you have yourself a safe, happy, and amazing holiday season, and hopefully you enjoy a couple extra weeks off, and we look forward to seeing you guys back here, back in action, and duking it out here in these Dirt Street Sucks again at the beginning of the new year.
Oh, most definitely, man. Same to you. Have a good holidays and everything, and we'll see you back next year.
Absolutely, brother. Jim, enjoy the rest of your night, man, and thank you for having me again.
Absolutely. Take care, buddy.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for Mr. Tyler Jackson, who was in there with us at first, our second place driver here and our champion here on the season. Huge shout out there to T-Jack, Tyler Jackson, the Alpha Shark, again for picking up the championship here in Season 21 of the Dirt Warrior Racing League's Wednesday night street fights. And we can't thank all these amazing drivers, as Jim said, man, for all their love, support, and, their amazing, donations and just their drive here to want to show up each and every week and put on these great races, put on this great performance, and being so cordial, obviously, when the penalties are being handed out and everything else, and just putting on an amazing show for all the fans in the stands to enjoy. And we can't thank you guys enough as well, all the amazing fans in the stands who tune in, show up, and show the love every single week here for the Wednesday night street fights, and for all of my other leagues that I broadcast, man. We can't do it. We wouldn't do it if it wasn't for all you amazing fans in the stands cheering these guys on and watching from the grandstands and showing the love each and every single week. But unfortunately, that is going to do it for us here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's been an amazing season here, 21st season with the Dirt Warrior Racing League, man, and we can't wait to see you guys back in the grandstands for season 22 at the beginning of the new year. We'll be in the booth here for many more races before the end of the year, but we can't wait for these Dirt Street Stock drivers to be back in action. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll catch you all back here in the next one. Peace and love, ladies and gentlemen. Peace and love.
Roaring engines rip the night, burning bright, yeah, no stop. Wheels screaming, spit that fire, dirt and gravel, they pop. Oh, slick under the street lights, the shadows start to dance.